This is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com, 651-775-9194, 651-775-9194. We talk about the 4 pillars of a healthy home, explore the 4 pillars of a healthy home. We talk about the structure itself, not today. We talk about the ecosystem, what's going on inside that home. We talk about your physical body. We're going to talk about that today. And we talk about your emotional and spiritual well-being. Ourhealthyhomes.com.
Did you need to talk about something today?
I need to talk about something today. You know what I did? Okay, so here's the deal.
Oh, no.
Slimtowin.com, kids. Write that.
No.
Or no, .org. Slimtowin.org.
It's
Slim,
coming.
S-L-I-M, the number 2, win, W-I-N.org.
It's coming.
Write that down. Do you ever jump out of the shower and then you want to turn the light off?
No.
Because they're such a big fat cow? There's a lot of people
Oh, I see where you're going.
that I see coming into the Caribou in the morning, buying their milkshake to take into the car with them. And I'm wondering, I look at people, and I'm not being critical, I'm just being realistic. I look at people, they're walking out, waddling out the door, and I'm thinking, first of all, they can't be happy. You can't. Don't tell me that you're happy because you
I mean,
can
it could
hardly move.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we could get struck by lightning, and we could find gold in the backyard too. But I don't believe it. But it's so easy. Not easy. It's simple to fix if you do the right things.
be. There's willpower involved.
There is some willpower involved, but I'm telling you, if you do it correctly, it's a matter of being thoughtful and changing a few things that you're doing.
It's very being aware of what you are literally putting in your mouth, right?
And
because
it can be
so
fun.
you have stuff in the car, you have stuff in your purse, you have stuff at the store. Like, I mean, there's just stuff, food everywhere to just put in your mouth and not even realize that you're putting it in your mouth.
Right.
Right. So
and people don't need to eat
24/7.
7
Yeah.
meals a day. You know, that was the biggest scam on earth. These small, frequent meals, baloney,
Sure.
straight baloney. That was put out there by the food manufacturers and food processors that make the candy bars. At any rate, so slim2win.org.
Is coming.
So what we're working on is a program for changing your life, managing your weight, managing your health in a thoughtful, holistic, natural manner, very structured, easy to follow, laid out, weekly coaching calls. The food program, we're not selling food. Go to the grocery store and get the food however you want.
And I've got the list of approved foods, right?
Yeah. Right. List of foods, different food plans, however you eat. If you want to eat Whole30, Super Duper. If you want to go
Paleo,
carnivore,
keto, right,
Rock
whatever.
On. If you want, whatever. And then there's weekly coaching calls with everyone on board. You will come. It's not like a certain national company, but you will come every week and weigh in, and we're going to chart it. You're going to chart your success, and there will be success. You're going to chart that down. You'll be with a group of other women. This is basically geared. It is geared toward, not basically. It's women. So you'll chart that, and Sheila will meet with you every week, and then at the end of the week, whoever has the most success, measured by percentages. We're not going to go pounds because you get into trouble there with different people. Some people can lose 10 pounds like a New York Minute. Other people just struggle. But it's the percentage of body weight that you lose that week.
Sure.
And then we'll give a little, cute little prize for that week. Just an attaboy, nothing significant.
Right, 90 days.
And then at the end of 90 days, there's a $1,000 prize for whoever has lost the most weight, just to kind of keep your head in the game. Again, it's not going to change anyone's life, but it's something to look forward to and to work on. So I think that's going to be a fun program.
Social accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're doing it in conjunction with Megan and Matt, who own Affinity Massage, and so with that, it's
because we're giving away money, there's contest rules. You
Yeah.
know, we have to do the legal stuff.
Right.
So there's published rules that you have to abide by.
You can't be on Ozempic. You can't, like.
No, that's
there's-
just plain cheating.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So
We're
there's
putting it together. It's going
there's
to be
rules.
available soon.
Yeah, we'll have it together really quick
Yeah.
because we only have, and we're limiting the number of people,
25.
so that we can have a smaller group that can come on, that can interact with one another, not 300 people
Right.
in a crowd. We don't want anyone to get lost in the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it'll be a.
Do you know why you don't have overweight people in primitive tribes, right?
Why?
Because they're all walking around in front of each other naked.
Yeah.
So there's a built-in accountability
There-
right
there
there.
you
Accountability
go.
right there.
There you go. Right. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be on the website, ourhealthyhomes.com soon, and reach out to me if you have any questions on it. We're getting the program put together. We've got some.
It might be live by the time you hear this. It might be, and we have the domain, and
We're
we have
close.
all that. We're working on
Yeah, we're close.
on the landing page. You have to qualify.
Right.
You have to call in and because we don't want if you are morbidly obese, probably not for you, because we want you to be under a doctor's care and all that.
Sure.
Or if you've got your last 5 pounds, you're welcome, but probably not. It's probably
You're probably not going to
You're
win.
almost there
right?
already.
Yeah, it's probably
yeah,
not
right.
your
Well,
program.
somebody's going to lose 10 pounds, right? And then
Yeah.
But if you need it and you want to
Yeah.
come for the accountability
Welcome.
and be the community,
because
and all
there's a
that, you
whole
bet.
there's a whole other let's say a batch, but a whole other series of learning that you're going to go on that's beyond weight loss.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's health
Right.
and wellness. That's our healthy homes. That's what we're all about,
Right.
so that you can feel
'Cause-
great.
Because how often, do you hear, I've done all the right things. I'm exercising 5 days a week. I'm eating I'm eating right, but I just can't like drop any weight and things like that. So it's more than that. It's where's your body stuck? Where's your cortisol levels, your stress levels? Because all of those things, your sleep, all of that is affecting the ability to, we like to say, release the weight.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you lose something, you can find it again. So we like to say release.
Sure.
Right? It's just the way it is in our world. And so there's other factors, that are contributing to the why, right?
Mhm.
And so it could be emotional reasons, and who knows. But go to ourhealthyhomes.com, check the events tab. We've got a back to school class talk workshop in St. Michael. So we're trying to get the two parts of the city. So St. Michael in August for that topic, and then in September in Eagan at the mansion. And then I am working, and Dr. Matt knows Patty Carroll. We are working
Yes.
on a vaccine awareness talk
Mhm.
in October.
Mhm.
So we're working on hosting that so that people that have questions around vaccines, because let's face it, I mean, it's still a big topic, right? Whether it's COVID vaccines, whether it's kids vaccines, all the things. People are starting to question whether or not they should give their kids all these vaccines.
Yeah, and
right?
what's interesting about that is usually I found that when people are for vaccines, they don't even know what they're for, but if they're against them, they know all about it.
No, that's interesting. That's true.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. So look for that. That's coming on the website, and that's it. I didn't get to talk much on this segment, but we'll see you on the break
That's
on the
right.
backside.
This is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com, 651-775-9194. Go to ourhealthyhomes.com. There you go.
Sounds like
Hey, welcome back. This is Our Healthy Homes. Thanks for sticking around. ourhealthyhomes.com, 651-775-9194. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely and talented Sheila in the studio, and Matt, the Dr. Matt, and we are going to be talking about, what are we going to talk about? We're talking about, I get this new watch. I call it a watch. It's not a watch. It's a wearable, right? And I've been looking at the rings, to be honest with you.
Or a ring.
Or a ring. And I think, I don't quite understand the whole point of that Oura ring is, other than it's the same as my watch.
Yeah,
It's
they're
small.
just different ways to hold them onto your body.
Okay. So
What's the Oura ring?
It's a ring that's it's reading information like his watch is.
yeah.
It's just on the surface of your skin. Some people don't like it on the ring; they prefer it on the wrist, vice versa.
Okay.
So I got this watch because the one I'm wearing right now, which is also a nice watch, it's a Samsung deal, and it has a Samsung Health or whatever it is on there that I don't use. But the
Because
battery,
it's health, so why would you?
it's an older one. Yeah, I don't want to do anything healthy. It's an older one, so the battery doesn't last. It won't make it through the whole day. So I just, if I'm going to just have it on for a few hours, I'll put it on. Otherwise, it just doesn't go through the whole day. Then I have to take it off at, whatever, 6 o'clock and put it different. It annoys me. My son asked me why I wear a watch at all, but because I like to wear a watch. So anyhow, I buy this watch, long story short. So I buy this watch, and it's like it tracks everything, man. I mean, it's got my blood pressure, it's got my heart rate, it's got my respiration, it's got my oxygen.
Does it have your
levels.
hydration?
Does not have hydration.
Does that measure glucose?
Too
Actually,
bad.
there is a water on there.
You better look at that number more frequently.
Yeah, right. You looked in the mirror lately?
Okay.
Does it have a wife metric?
Yeah,
It
right.
does, yeah. Anyhow, so I've been monitoring my sleep. Just for kicks. I always sleep like a baby, but I figured, well, it's got a sleep mode, so I thought I'd check it out. So of my sleep, it measures how much deep sleep you get. Then it measures how much light sleep in terms of hours. So, 2.5 hours of deep sleep, 3.5 hours of light sleep. How many hours of REM?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it figures that out, but it does. And so it posts me how many hours of REM. The other night I got 2 hours and 15 minutes or something like that of REM. It's like I was really batting it down. And then how many times you wake up in the middle of the night, and you get a graph, and it shows the little spikes on the graph. Like
Sometimes it measures your body movements are tied to your sleep cycles. So if you're sleeping very deep, or if you're in a REM or dream state or light wake, your body movements can be tied to that. Sometimes they'll track your deep or light sleep to that.
Yeah, one is. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious about the algorithm on that deal. What?
So, okay, fine. Like, why couldn't you just rent a watch, find out what you're doing, and then be
Well,
done
here's
with
the
it?
curious thing about it. So I monitor this stuff, and how long have I had it now? For a couple of weeks?
At least a month.
Okay, so every night I'm all excited. I get to watch my sleep, and I get up in the morning quick, and I look at it. But I haven't changed a thing,
Yeah.
because it's all good.
Yeah, you like the outcome already.
I already like the outcome. So it's like, what if I didn't like the outcome? Okay,
Okay.
I need more REM. Well, what would that mean?
Yeah, and that's why even people in my office, they'll say, "Hey, I got this new thing, and I'm wearing it," and they'll talk about all these little tricks it does. And my thing is, great, you've got more information than you've ever had before.
Right,
Will you actually do something about it?
right.
That's really it.
Okay, it's like taking the 10,000 photos on the phone and never doing anything.
That's a
with them.
great example.
Yeah.
I mean, you take 10, 20 of the same thing, click, click, click,
Yeah.
and then you never, right? No wonder
Yeah.
your storage is
Right,
full.
right.
Sure.
Okay, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go the other way. Okay, so now I'm not saying me. This is hypothetical.
You have a friend?
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
friend.
asking for a friend.
Hypochondriac. Right? So
Sure.
now I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't get the 2 hours of REM. Okay, now I mean, is it gonna turn people to be more stressful because they're relying on this thing? When why can't you just rely on your body and be in touch with your body and wake up and go, I don't
Well,
think I
and that's
slept the
the-
best last night. Like, why didn't I?
Yeah,
Or did
well,
I stay
that's-
up too late? Did I have too much caffeine before bed? Like, whatever.
That's the dichotomy I always break anything health-wise into. You're either going to be reacting to try to stimulate or inhibit the body and manipulate it to get it what you want it to do, versus using that as a motivator to normalize the body's processes.
Right.
Right?
So
So
there's
instead of
both
just saying,
sides.
I'm less concerned about that number, as a motivator to come back and do a check checking box way of going, am I doing this? Am I doing this? Am I not doing this? Okay, how much might that be tied with that number? But I'm not going to try to manipulate that number down. I'm going to use it as a motivation to just normalize the things in my body that can improve.
Does it have your cholesterol?
It does not.
Does it have your diabetes number?
No.
Your sugar?
No.
Well, what the heck then?
Do you know the one metric I think they really should have, and I have not seen yet, and anybody out there wants to patent this, I think it's an excellent idea. They're probably doing it right now. It'll probably be out by Friday.
Well, you've already thought about it, so they've already heard you thinking about it, so it's already in process.
They need to have, the one metric I've not seen or heard of is inflammation.
Yes.
Because if you could know within 15 seconds that you're inflaming from something or that you consumed or did, that's great feedback into that immune system, because you don't want that thing coming on unnecessarily and staying in a chronic state of it.
Right, because that's just going to, whatever it is that's doing it, is just going to keep doing it more and more and more, and the inflammation number is just going to keep getting
Yeah, and so many of those numbers are tied to this overarch of inflammation anyway. High blood pressure, cholesterol, glucose, all these different things are different facets of this overarching thing. Is my immune system working hard?
Can you define then for me, because inflammation has become a catchphrase for
just like toxins,
anything.
Just like
right, and toxins and stress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's stress. It's like, what is stress? What are you talking about?
And there's good stress too, which
exactly.
But what exactly medically is stress?
Well, you could break it down to just as a physics thing. You're a system in an environment, and anything different than that internal system that it has to deal with as a resistance is stressful. You know, going for a walk is stressful, okay? Eating an apple is stressful. These are good for you, right? But it's a challenge to the body. If it actually makes the body react by becoming less healthy, that would be a negative stressor. And that's what we usually say when we say stress. It's the negative things that we do to our body. But they're good stressors. I like to say that if you eat an apple, it's more stressful than sliding a Twinkie down your throat. So if you're going off of stress, the chewing the apple is harder. Going for the walk is harder than laying in a recliner and watching a game.
Yes.
You know, I was just telling somebody earlier this week, I said, if you look at the guy who's, you know, eating his snacks watching the game, he looks really happy, but he's actually developing all kinds of chronic illnesses. And the guy on the treadmill looks like he's going to die.
Right.
But he's actually lengthening his life. So they can be counterintuitive.
Yeah, there's good news and bad news there. The guy on the treadmill lives 5 years longer. The bad news is he spent it on a treadmill.
This is a wearable. This watch thing is a wearable.
Anything you're wearing.
The ring thing that monitors is okay. Do you know about the Wave watches?
I've heard about them. There's so much out there, but I've heard about them.
Okay,
I've never seen one.
Okay, I mean,
I don't even know what they are.
Oh Lord!
Tell me what they are. I don't know what they are.
Yeah, do we live in the same house?
What are they?
Sebetzi's. Okay, so remember that one Here we go. We gotta go. Remember the one holiday event, and the guy sat up at the bar, and they were talking about the Wave watch. So it's a frequency thing.
Okay.
So it's a watch, and then you can put it on a parasite frequency. So you wear it so that the parasites don't like that frequency. You can put it. There's like 700 different frequencies. If it's stress, if it's sleep, if it's anxiety, if it's whatever.
Interesting.
Right? So you wear it, and then the frequency, because everything has a frequency, so then that works with your body to...
Yeah, it reminds me why the body gets a fever, to increase the body temp out of the what's called the proliferation rate of those bacteria, because those bacteria that it's trying to fight off don't like to grow in that higher temperature. That's why we develop fevers. It's the same kind of idea.
Yeah.
They're doing that with frequencies.
Yes.
But my brain goes, okay, what's the normal frequency of the body, and why would it be naturally out of that range instead of trying to artificially induce that? And so I'm not even saying that they shouldn't necessarily do that, but I'm always living in the world of why. Why is that frequency not in the place where it should, where it's not beneficial for the body to begin with?
Right, like why should I have to wear it anyway?
Yes, exactly.
Well, it isn't changing the frequency of the body. It's creating a frequency that whatever is attacking the body doesn't like.
Correct.
Yes.
So the body's frequency is the body's frequency.
Right.
But is it doing something to the frequency of the body?
Sure, pretty soon you have a hole in your wrist.
Right, but what we're saying is that if your body, if all of those elements of the body's frequencies are in normal range or whatever you want to call it, why do I need to wear this watch?
Yep. Puts a hole in the wrist and it shorts out on the
parasite
buckle
frequency.
behind
Yeah.
because it shoots
Right.
straight through.
Right.
High
Anyway.
frequency.
Okay, so there's the wearables. Like, what about?
Hey, welcome back to the show. This is Our Healthy Homes. OurHealthyHomes.com, 651-775-9194. Okay, I got one for you, kids.
No, I had one before we went out to break, but then
Okay,
we
go
ran out
ahead.
of time. So the EMF like necklaces, are those considered to be wearables, or no? Wearables are only something that's electronic, like.
I think that would be kind of an OG wearable. Those have been around a long time, but it's the same kind of idea. You're trying to get information in the body, and you're trying to affect the body. But now that I think about it, it's really not technology.
It isn't
to
technology,
generate it.
right?
Yeah,
It's the
It's blockings.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, actually,
Yeah,
it
the
does
copper.
nothing.
Or some
Actually,
kind
it doesn't do anything, but
like
Well,
a grounding thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see your point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Careful what you say there.
All right.
'Cause
Yeah,
there's evidence and science around it.
oh,
You
I'm
just-
sure
you
there
just
is.
haven't seen it.
Sure there is. Sure
Right.
there is. Okay, now listen
so-
to this one. Though.
okay.
So then what about, so I wear this watch, right? And Sheila says, I'm not going to be around all that radiation
Well, you
and
should
all the
be. It's on your
frequencies and all
wrist.
that stuff.
got
all
a
the time,
point.
you
Your
know.
EMFs, you're like.
But then she
gonna-
goes and lays down on a mat at night and plugs it in and turns it on so she gets frequentized. So what's that all about?
He's referring
Beamer.
to the beamer.
Oh, sure.
Okay, do you know about the beamer?
I've used the beamer. It didn't do anything for me.
I can't see
Okay,
how it
so
could.
so I'm borrowing it,
They're
right?
expensive, I know that.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
expensive.
Well, if they
right?
work for people, they're
They-
a great alternative to invasive
Yes,
stuff. So.
Right. Yeah, and basically gets the blood flow right, and you can do it for a lymph. You can, and since I've been not sitting on my butt with the injury, but my lymph, I can tell in my ankles that my lymph is stuck. So I'm borrowed it for a friend and I'm using it. But there's the science.
When will I see some results?
Okay, yeah, whatever. Do you ever look at my ankles? Hey, if you look at my ankles, they're changing. All
Okay.
right, so is it overnight? No. Like one gal's, frozen shoulder, she had to be on the mat for 6 weeks,
Yeah.
twice a day,
Yeah.
right? Like but hey, to avoid surgery or get your shoulder back,
Sure.
like you bet, right? Because it's all about the things, right? It's about the chiropractic. It's about keeping the body, in check. It's about these other modalities that we have available to us to use so that we don't have to go down that surgery route if we don't want to.
Mhm.
And by the way, third leading cause of death is medical mishaps. So let's just be
Get that on the
clear
table.
about that.
Yeah.
Think about it. Just think about
Well,
it.
even if it was placebo, because placebo gets
Right.
a bad name, but even if it's
Exactly.
placebo,
Exactly.
it's
Nothing wrong with
done.
that.
It's done what is meant to do.
Yeah, as long as
Exactly.
it does the
right,
job.
Right.
Yeah.
So the beamer doesn't have the frequencies, right? There's certain things that that do. There are machines and things that do have higher frequency or EMF frequencies than other things.
Mhm.
So how is the beamer any different from that other contraption you got where you put the belt around your waist, and you've got this wand that you're rubbing your face with?
That is the e-power machine.
Okay.
So that is balancing your ions.
Okay.
I have a lot of machines. I like my machines.
Okay. And then how is that any different than the one that you put your feet on and it electrocutes you?
The ERE, right?
Okay.
That's the pulsing,
Yeah.
right? That one. Those are not high EMF frequency machines because they don't have the technology in them that is what gives it the high.
That one will get you.
Well, you know what would figure that out? You just get one of those little EMF meters.
We
You guys
got
can
one.
figure this argument
Yeah,
out
we
real
got
quick.
one, right?
Oh,
yeah,
you
we
have
got
one of
Well,
those.
Of course.
So what's that say?
I don't know. We haven't checked it because it's just
I know.
stuck in the drawer.
Yeah.
But
Maybe you don't want to know.
maybe we don't want to know. It's like a perfect example of my hothouse, my Soaky bed, right?
Okay.
So when we had the EMF guy come, right? So it's a far infrared bed, and it has panels that come over, and it heats your body. Okay. So the the buttons and the turn on in the device and the
Controls.
music and the controls and all that, like literally is attached to right under
The bed.
The
Bolted
bed.
to the bottom of the bed.
and
So they're
and-
conveniently located.
right. So you can just like reach over, hit the button. Okay. But he said, Sheila, this is reading
Really
quite high.
Mm.
And he's like, you're laying there. Your breasts are on that right there where this control panel piece is.
Well, that was an exaggeration.
So he's like, yeah, whatever. So he's like, all you got to do is unscrew it from the machine and put it on the floor. That's enough distance.
Yes.
So that the
That's
frequencies, right? So it's like, there you go, an easy solve. We unscrewed it and we set it on the floor, and now I have to bend over to turn it on. Oh my gosh!
Well, you might
right?
be healthier.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So there's I've known many people that have worn those types of watches, whatever they are, and they get, and maybe you've run into it too at your office, is they are starting to get some nerve damage. And
I guess it's possible. I haven't seen it, but again, my litmus is all about, is this normal? Is this natural? Is this something that my body's been around? And a lot of these things are so new, we don't even know what they're doing.
Right.
I mean, we might find out in 5 years, oh yeah, half of you shouldn't even use it because it's not worth because different people have different levels of sensitivities.
Exactly.
So you don't know.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I shouldn't
you're
have gotten that COVID vaccine because my blood runs like tar in my veins now.
So, what is that? Side on, right? Your left?
Yeah, left eye.
Yeah, so, maybe it's going to give you brain cancer on the left side because it's all traveling up to the...
And then the energy people get into this idea that you've got feminine energy on one side and masculine energy on the other side. And maybe if you wore that watch on the other side...
Don't even go there.
You know what I'm talking about?
I do know.
She knows.
Yeah.
Do you guys live in the same house?
I know. Yeah. You wonder, don't you? Sometimes, do we?
Yeah.
I tell you, I don't know.
That's the card ride home, honey. Tell me about this masculine and feminine energy.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's for longer than
left
that.
right deal.
Okay, so with these wearables, okay, you're right. We don't know how long they've been out.
Well, they've been out 3 seconds.
Okay. Yes,
right?
You're right.
They just came out.
What's all a wearable? I guess I don't know what classifies in that.
I think basically if
Just
you're
watch.
walking
anything you put on that you
that's an electronic.
Here's the keyword that you wear.
That's electronic?
Yeah.
Is that what,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what other, besides the watch, what other things are people wearing that's...
The rings.
Well, they got the rings.
Okay.
I think there are potentially like necklace things or something.
There's necklaces. There's bracelets.
Oh, God, please don't let there be... Oh, no. Is there... Well, what about the...
There might be. Up in the ears.
Yeah, in the ears. I mean, I would never put it
iPods?
in my... Yeah, iPods.
Yeah,
I would never put that in my ears.
And then the implantables are coming. That's what Elon Musk is working.
Well, and this is the thing too. I don't care if it's vaccines or the implantables, all that stuff, as long as it is not mandated for any.
Right.
thing.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody needs to be freedom to fail and freedom to succeed.
Fail forward. Whatever. Yes.
Yes. So if somebody wants to go down a certain track, and as long as they don't drag the rest of society over that cliff, then that's fine. If somebody wants to run a social experiment or an experiment with a particular thing or new maverick thing and be an early adopter with something, great. But don't ever mandate stuff. That's the problem they got into with the vaccine. Hey, we've got this idea. We're just going to mandate this idea because they really didn't even have a product yet. If you think about it.
Yeah.
If we really look back, right? I mean, there's all these videos. Well, I have a friend that keeps, sending me video after video after video. But the last one was literally some lady talking about, now this was during COVID, giving you the instructions on being able to touch the tennis ball. Okay, like if you're in your home, all your family can touch the tennis ball. But if you go out and you're at a tennis court and you're playing outside with somebody, you can't touch their tennis ball. Like this was like, if we go back and we find these
kooks.
Well, just these people that were notifying people of all these things that they couldn't do. What?
You know what they say?
What were we thinking?
Think of how much worse it would be if we didn't do all that.
Get out.
OVO guaranteed.
No.
Listen, there are people who have had 7 or 8 or 9 COVID shots who have got lots of direct symptoms directly from them, And they have literally said, thank God I got that, otherwise I'd be dead. Because they will talk themselves right into their state of whatever they're doing. They'll just validate it.
So I was talking with a gal yesterday, and anyway, so she had the one shot.
Uh-huh.
And I said, have you noticed anything since you've got the shot? And she said, well, yeah. She said, my nose has always been dripping since I got the shot. She said, my nose, it's not a lot, and she said, but it's just a little drip. And I was like, okay. I mean, you're being aware, and that's good. I don't know what it means, but okay. Right? And so I told her about how bad is your batch. So you can go to this website, and it's a cheesy website because it's just an individual that's putting this information out there. So, yeah. I mean, it looks like, it's not a secure site, but I mean, just because it's a person that's doing this out of their heart and asking people that if they have had symptoms and what they are, to please put them on her site so that you can put your batch number in and find out what side effects people have had. Mm-hmm. So if you want that, you got to reach out to me for that one. Yeah, just don't give out.
All right. This is Our Healthy Homes. Welcome back to the program. This is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com. We study the 4 pillars of a healthy home. All right, we're in the studio with Dr. Matt. You're here a lot, and I forget sometimes that you're here a lot, and people don't know what it is actually that you do.
Right, because we just say Dr. Matt's on the show today.
Yeah, Dr. Matt's on the show, and you talk about everything but what you do.
I could have a doctorate in education like Jill Biden, and you just call me doctor.
Oh, that's exactly right. Yeah.
I think I've earned that now.
Yeah, right. I'll start calling you Doctor.
Oh, that'd be great. Well, you did call me Dr. Hittner when you
almost
cut your finger off the other day.
Yeah.
I do like to tell people.
I do have an outfit
when people come in the office, I like to thank them for bringing in the doctor today.
Okay.
Because really, that's the intelligence running their body. That's the doctor. I'm just assisting.
Ah.
So I always play that angle. I'm not the doctor.
Right. Yeah. But you are a doctor. So
I'm
share
a
with
doctor
us
on paper and everything else.
So share with us your office, your business, your.
Yeah. Creation Chiropractic in Eden Prairie. Been there for 31 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's my calling. I love it. And we do things a little different. We're quite a bit different than most chiropractors.
How so?
Because most chiropractors are treating symptoms with spinal manipulation. Mm-hmm. And one of the first things I tell people when I sit down in an orientation is our goal is not to feel better. And I'm not treating your symptoms. And I don't even know how you are going to function better. I just remove interference to the source of your function. So we really try to redefine the problem. The problem isn't pain. It isn't a condition. It's what caused the body to strategize that way to begin with. Because any pain or symptom you get is a strategy to keep you alive.
Okay.
Because the contrast is if you're dead, there are no strategies left.
Right.
So even if it's
feel nothing.
Yeah. The healthiest people are in the cemetery if you're going for pain relief.
Right, exactly.
And so it really changes. It stops demonizing the body and starts, first of all, respecting it and working with it. So now you can look at it completely different. Just like if the oil light comes on in the car, you don't want to demonize the oil light and disconnect the oil light.
Right.
Because if you brought your car to the auto mechanic and they disconnected your oil light, you would call the Better Business Bureau.
Right.
Guaranteed. But that logic stops at our skin for some reason. We look at things completely different. You were talking about logic earlier. For some reason, we've got logic all around us, and then we turn it inwards and use something completely different we wouldn't accept for a valuable piece of machinery like our car, and yet we get on the average about 12 or 13 cars in our lifetime, but we only get one of these chassis. Mm-hmm. So as a chiropractor, specifically with what I do, is I don't want to be distracted by pain and conditions, because really that's just a front for why the body's doing that to begin with. Just like the oil light, that's actually an engine problem. That's not a dashboard problem. So to your point you were saying earlier, I like to say the world is full of dashboard experts, and I'm popping the hood and I'm the engine expert.
Okay.
Everybody else is trying to make the dashboard look better. How's your engine light? How's your transmission light? How's your diabetes? How's your left leg pain? And I'm going, how are you doing?
Right.
How's your system doing? And why are you having leg pain? And why do you have diabetes? Why?
So then you keep asking the whys, just like Toyota, the 5 whys that they have. When they have a
Mhm.
problem, they ask why is that, and then it's because of this. Oh, why is that? Oh, it's because of this. Is why. But the fifth one in, you find out the real reason.
Mhm.
So with your dashboard now, it's okay. The light's on. I could add oil.
Mhm.
All right, super, better than nothing. But why is the oil low?
Yes. So you just keep asking why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was telling somebody earlier because they had a hard time understanding why I could be working on one part of their body that felt great, but they were feeling better in another place I hadn't touched.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, if somebody stepped on your foot, does your foot yell? No,
No,
your
your
mouth
mouth
yells.
Mm-hmm.
And a great effective treatment for that
Mhm.
mouth would be duct tape.
Yes, right.
Right? So it's very effective. There's an old chiropractor who used to say one of the most effective treatments for a migraine would be the guillotine,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't recommend it.
Right.
100% effectiveness. So even the effectiveness of something can be very misleading. Boy, this is 95% effective. Time out. Why do I even have the condition? Because otherwise that person can get, I always say it's like kicking the can down the highway. Even if that treatment's a success, you're going to deal with the real cause of that problem down the road because you've given yourself the illusion that you're better and you're not. It's like pulling the lights on the dashboard. If somebody has the oil light coming right before a road trip to Yellowstone and you pull that light and they don't know how their car works, they're going to say, thank you. That was even quicker than changing my oil.
Yeah.
And they'll head out on the highway and they think they're fine and their engine's getting worse, but their feedback system's been shut off. That's why pain relievers, anti-inflammatories, all those things to reverse things in the body without honoring how it got there in the first place never lead to the cause and never lead to an actually healthier person in a better place.
That's exactly why one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world has never cured anything. Because they create
Right.
medication to
Right.
mask symptoms.
There's another old chiropractor used to love to say the only thing you can really cure is a ham.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And
Cure is an antiquated word anyway. Even the Mayo Clinic doesn't use the word cure. That's an old word. It doesn't even apply. It's not even something medicine wants to be connected with.
so what if they switch the word too?
Who knows? But they don't like that word.
Yeah, because they don't want us to believe, to think that we
I
can
think
be.
they tend to use words like manage,
Yes,
manage
th-
care,
right,
stuff
right,
like that.
manage
yeah.
your
right.
symptoms. Manage.
We're going to manage your condition as you continue to have it until you die with the condition that you've got now.
Right.
But we want you to feel as comfortable as you can until you.
On the way out the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was working with the gal, and she was on medication after she had her baby because she was postpartum.
Mhm.
Well, that was 25 years ago, and she's been on the same
Oh, shoot.
three for 25 years because they said this is the
Never
one, and
thought
then
to take her off.
and then you
Oh,
have
boy.
to have this one to go with this one, then you have to have this one because you're going to have this from that, right? So it's this cycle.
Mhm.
And God bless her. She just decided to go. I know you're not supposed to do that, right? You're not supposed to just go off those things. You're supposed to
Mhm.
Wean
contact
it
your
off.
doctor, wean off them, whatever. But she's been off of them for like 3 weeks, and she went through some pretty
Withdrawal.
Oh, yeah,
pretty
that's
rough
really
withdrawals,
hard,
right?
yeah.
But she's like, I can't. There's so many things that I'm clearer on.
She said she feels like a different person.
Yeah, she does feel like a different person. She
Isn't that
wants
sad?
It
She's
is
actually
sad.
feeling like her.
right.
Yes.
Right. And so it's like, yeah, you have this one thing, and now they gave you 3 things for the one thing, and what 25 years and no doctor ever said
Well, and they're
or
not.
looked at it.
They're monetized to put you on drugs, and they don't have a good motivation to get you off of them. So they're not going to work that hard. I was telling somebody too earlier, if doctors got paid to keep you off of drugs, you'd have to fight like heck to get on one.
You're right.
Yes.
Because if the
right.
monetization was the other direction, you'd have to try to convince him to put you on something. Because now he's going to lose money if he puts you on a drug,
Right.
which is just the opposite.
Okay, and we got to go to this because you mentioned it when you got here about the whole AI and the guy that was the AI tried to diagnose him.
Yeah.
What's that? Tell us about that story.
So real quick, I told Sheila that I asked AI what we should talk about today, and AI, as it turns out, wanted me to talk about AI. And so they just that whole thing of information you
Yeah.
get on ChatGPT, it listed this story of this guy who was 61 or something, and he'd asked about these supplements or something for his condition, and AI gave him the wrong thing to take, and he ended up dying from it. Now, who knows where that's coming from out there, but AI pulls up this thing and wants me to know about this situation where this guy was given the wrong advice,
And who do you sue there?
Elon?
No.
I mean, right? There's like who? I mean,
Yeah.
really? Like
Right.
it's just like
It's a computer algorithm
Right. Is
drawing
this-
information
Yeah.
from the
right,
web
right. Is this
and,
if
and
you
regurgitating
right?
it.
So
And
before
And the
Go ahead.
creators are even saying, "Hey, listen, this is just an algorithm." So
Yeah.
they're out of it.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, so in a time where we need more accountability more than ever. I mean, look at all this stuff
Yes.
through COVID where we're going, we want some heads to roll.
yes.
People should be held accountable
Well,
for
for
what
what they
happened
did.
because they forced people down this
Yes.
road that was dark and twisted and sad. And so now in a world we're just craving accountability, especially with this new administration. We want accountability on both sides,
Mhm.
Right.
wherever
right.
that needs to
Right,
to
right.
go. And now we have a system that is less culpable than ever. We kept, look at how many different people where we go, well, that person should probably be in jail for whatever reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
And you're
whatever
going,
they
well, they're
did.
clearly
yes,
going to
right.
get off the hook. There's,
Right.
because there's nothing to hold them there.
And then hit the lecture series
Yeah,
And write a
on
book.
top
Right.
of that.
and
I
write
know.
a book and get
Oh,
a big
boy.
advance.
Yeah, right. And
Sure.
before AI, I mean, it was Dr. Google, right? Because before AI, you'd
Yeah.
be like, hey, like I have this, I feel like this, and then it would pop up and
WebMed or whatever
right?
it is, WebMD.
yeah, but
Yes.
even not even that, just asking, Google it's
But you'd make your own
It's
decisions based off that data.
exactly
Now it's
right,
as if
right.
they're deciding what it should
For
be because they're
you.
putting it all together.
right.
And then you
drawing
probably
a
feel like I
conclusion.
should do that. Yes, exactly.
And drawing a conclusion. That's
So,
all.
like anything, like your watch, like whatever, it's, technology and advancing and all of that is good and bad.
Mhm.
But having, conversations that I have with people and, they get to the point where like, okay, Sheila, I am ready. Like, I am ready to like clean out my body. What do I have to do? All the things.
I want to start over.
Yeah. And it's like it's a process. Like you just don't get to go flush the toilet and now everything is fine because we do one thing,
Right.
right?
When a
We-
train is barreling in the wrong direction 100 miles an hour, an improvement is 90 miles an hour in the wrong direction.
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
Yeah.
and, right, and it's baby steps and it takes time and it's just really really sad that people just don't have the willpower and all the things and I'm really hopeful for this slim to win thing
.org.
is that we're gonna qualify you and you're gonna have to like play by the rules.
And we want
But-
motivated people.
And we want motivated
Mhm.
people.
But we don't want
Why?
you to quit.
Because we want you to succeed. That's why we're going to the length that we are with the questionnaires and whatnot.
Yeah, you want
Right.
to show them what's possible for
Yes,
them, right?
right.
You get these
And-
little victories, and all of a sudden
Yes,
they're more
yes.
motivated. And
Yes. And then they've got the team, they've got the support, and they'll get there like everybody does
Yep.
once you start working on yourself. You need that person in your corner for however long you need that person in the corner. Everybody's different,
right.
right? But you need somebody in your corner to get you going.
And it's a 90-day contest,
Right.
but you can stay on the program for as long as you'd like.
and ideally you do.
Right.
Yeah.
And ideally
Yeah.
you do. Yep. Exactly. So we're in your corner.
All right, this is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com. That was a rambling show.
Isn't there a song, Ramblin' Man?
Yeah.
Something like that.
One thing to another. All right, ourhealthyhomes.com, kids, 651-775-9194. Give Sheila a ring-a-ling-a-ling. She'd be happy to have a chat with you and get you pointed in the right direction.
But when he calls me sugar, I love that man with all my might. Sugar in the morning, sugar in the afternoon. Sugar after dinner, sugar in every room. He said does things to me. I tell him, honey, you can call me sugar.